हेलो सांग माने केमिति अछंती आपण माने समस्ते चलंतु आजिर वीडियो रे आमे किसी मिसलेनियस फ्रेजेस विषय शिखिबा एवं तार एग्जांपल मध्य देखिबा। एट वन्स फिंगर एंड्स नख आगरे अर्थात पूरा आयतरे। एग्जांपल ही हैज ऑल द रूल्स ऑफ ग्रामर एट हिज फिंगर एंड्स। पछे पछे अनुसरण करिबा at one's heels. Example, the dog followed its master at his heels. At one's wit's end, बुद्धि हजिजिबा. Example, after his father's death, the young man was at his wit's end for money. At stake, विपदग्रस्त. Example, in a battlefield, life is always at stake. At the 11th hour, शेष मुहूर्तरे. Example, it is unless to call in a doctor at the 11th hour. At the top of, खूब जोर रे. The boy shouted at the top of his voice. At variance with, भिन्न. Our work should not be at variance with our words. Beyond measure, सीमातीत भावरे. Example, my sufferings are now beyond measure. Black and blue, नोला फटाई देबा. Example, the teacher beat the boy black and blue. Black and white, लेखी करी देबा. Example, don't tell me anything verbally. Give it to me in black and white. By the way, प्रसंग क्रमे. Example, by the way, what is your father doing now? By way of, परिहास क्रमे. Example, he said this by way of a joke. From hand to mouth, अति कष्टरे कौनसी प्रकार चलिबा. Example, the poor man is living from hand to mouth. Flesh and blood, रक्त मांसर शरीर. Example, no flesh and blood can tolerate this insult. For the time being, केवल वर्तमान समयतक पाई. Example, I like to serve here as a teacher only for the time being. From head to foot, आपाद मस्तक. Example, when we saw the tiger, he began to shiver from head to foot. Hand in hand, हाथ को हाथ धराधरी होई. Example, the two friends were walking hand in hand. Hand to hand, हाथाहाथी. Example, we had a hand to hand fight with the enemies. Hue and cry, कोलाहल. Example, when the boys saw the snake, they raised a hue and cry. In defiance of, अमान्य करिबा. Example, the boy went out in defiance of the order of the headmaster. Ins and outs, भितर बाहर सबु घटना. Example, I know the ins and outs of the matter. To the contrary, विरुद्धरे बा विपक्षरे. Example, he spoke much against me, but I never uttered a single word to the contrary. To be in the good book of, प्रिय भाजन हेबा. The servant is now in the good book of his master. Well up, दक्ष. Example, he is well up in English. Ups and downs, उत्थान पतन. Example, I have experienced many ups and downs in my life.